Hello guys, welcome to another lesson with teacher Gia, and today we have an interesting topic. We're going to discuss still about the muscular system, its functions and types of muscles by function. With that, you're going to talk about agonists, antagonists, synergists and fixators. And apart from that, you're also going to see which muscle pairs help you during bicep curls, in moving a knee joint, which muscles work together, and also during an ankle joint. So let's begin. The muscular system is a network of muscles throughout the body that allows movement, maintains posture, and supports various bodily functions. It comprises of over 600 muscles that work together to enable voluntary and involuntary actions. The muscular system works in conjunction with the skeletal and nervous systems to coordinate motion and maintain stability. Let's talk about muscles' functions. Muscles primarily contract to create movement. They work in pairs or groups to facilitate complex motions as they can only pull and not push. Next, we move to types of muscles by function now. And here we are going to talk about agonists, also known as prime movers. We're going to talk about antagonists, synergists, and lastly, fixators. But first, have you ever wondered how your muscles work to help you move? Let us start with the muscle pairs on the ankle joint. So, muscles connected to the bones are called skeletal muscles and work in pairs. As one muscle in the pair contracts to move the body part, the other relaxes. In a pair, the controlling muscle is called the agonist, meaning it is working harder or is in agony, while the relaxing one is called the antagonist, which opposes agonist actions on a joint. So, the two muscle pairs that act on the ankle joint are the gastrocnemius and the tibialis anterior. And in this case, while you're moving the ankle, the gastrocnemius is the agonist, while the tibialis anterior is the antagonist, which means the gastrocnemius is the one that is in agony, while the tibialis anterior is the one that is relaxing at that time. And it is vice versa when you're returning it to its normal position. Now, the tibialis anterior is the one that will now act as the agonist, and the gastrocnemius will act as the antagonist. I hope that is understood. So next, what are the muscle pairs at work during bicep curls? During a bicep curl, the main muscle pairs at work are biceps brachii and triceps brachii. So to raise the forearm in a bicep curl, the biceps brachii, or also known as agonist, which is the primary mover responsible for elbow flexion, contract, lifting the forearm towards the shoulder. As it does so, the triceps antagonist relaxes, which means it opposes the biceps and controls the movement by gradually lengthening as the biceps contract, helping to stabilize and control the motion. So we just know that when you raise your forearm towards your shoulder, the biceps are the agonist and the triceps are the antagonist. Conversely, when lowering the arm, the triceps contract while the biceps relax. So when you're lowering your arm back to its normal position, the triceps now become the agonist while the biceps become the antagonist during relaxation of the arms. Okay? Let's tackle this question. Name the antagonist muscle pairs involved in moving your knee joint. So when you bend or flex your knee, the hamstrings are the primary muscles contracting, while the quadriceps act as antagonists, lengthening to allow the motion. Thus we say hamstrings are agonists during knee flexion and quadriceps are antagonists during knee flexion. Also, when you straighten or extend your knee, the quadriceps act as the prime movers, while the hamstrings lengthen to control and balance the movement. Thus, we say quadriceps are agonists during knee extension and hamstrings are antagonists during knee extension. Unlike in knee flexion, whereby you're bending the knee. The hamstrings are the agonist and quadriceps are the antagonist. And in knee extension, the quadriceps are the agonist while the hamstrings are the antagonist. I hope you've understood that. If not, you can email me or comment down below. So now that we've seen different types of muscle pairs for bicep curls, knee joint and ankle joint, we can now move to types of muscles by function. And here now you're going to understand like agonist, antagonist, like by definition, function, and example. So types of muscles by function. We have agonists or prime movers. The functions are, these are the main muscles responsible for creating a specific movement. They generate most of the force needed for the action. Example, during elbow flexion, bending the elbow, the biceps brachii is the prime mover. When you curl your arm to bring your hand towards your shoulder, the biceps brachii contracts to create this movement. So I hope you've understood that. When you lift your arm towards your shoulder, the biceps brachii are the agonists. They're in agony. So they're the agonists during that time. We move to antagonists. So the function is antagonist muscles oppose the action of the prime movers. They provide balance, control, and smoothness to the motion by lengthening as the prime mover contracts. I hope that is clear. Example, in elbow flexion, the triceps brachii acts as the antagonist. As the biceps brachii contracts to bend the elbow, the triceps brachii lengthens to allow the motion, preventing the arm from moving too quickly or forcefully. I hope you've understood that. Next, we are moving to synergists. So the function of synergist is synergist muscles assist the prime movers, often by adding additional force or by helping stabilize the joint during movement. Example, during elbow flexion, the brachialis acts as a synergist. It assists the biceps brachii by contracting to add force, making the motion of bending the elbow stronger and more efficient. And lastly, we're going to talk about fixators. So the function of fixators is fixators stabilize the origin of the prime mover, allowing it to act more effectively by keeping other parts of the body steady. They are often important for maintaining posture or stabilizing joints during movement. Example, in elbow flexion, the rotator cuff muscles, a group of muscles around the shoulder, act as fixators. They stabilize the shoulder joint, keeping it steady as the bicep brachii contracts to bend the elbow, allowing for smooth, controlled movement. So fixators are found around the shoulders. They stabilize the shoulder joint as the bicep brachii contract and allowing the arm to move towards the shoulder. So I hope that is understood. We have talked about agonists, antagonists, synergists, and fixators. So I have a small assignment. It's a revision question. Go and find out what are the antagonist muscle pairs involved when you run, when you walk, and when you swim. See you in the next lesson where I'll give answers to this. For now, you can go and research a little bit about them. If you want to learn more, why not hit the subscribe button? Like, share, and comment anything that you'd wish for me to tackle in other lessons.